Many people enjoy curling up with a great book, escaping the normal things we deal with in life and entering an alternate reality filled with excitement and wonder. There are so many different stories, different worlds, and different messages that are being expressed. One story in particular has touched the hearts of millions and millions of people all over the world, and that story is Harry Potter. It is the inspiring story of a little boy with a rough childhood discovering that he is a wizard and the journey he goes on to help save the wizarding world from a terrible fate. This story is heartwarmingly beautiful, dark, raw, and emotional, and it has helped many people with depression get through their struggles. The writer of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling, is an inspiring person who battled with depression her whole life, and she has finally been able to help herself get through it while writing the Harry Potter series. Throughout the series, she incorporated so many connections to different forms of mental illness, like depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. It is really quite amazing, and the story of Harry's life in general is a metaphor for things that cause depression, like loss, heartache, abuse, and struggle. I am someone who has suffered from depression and anxiety myself, so I can attest to the fact that reading this story can really help you find light when you're in a dark place. Now that you have a general idea on what I'll be discussing today, let's dive a little deeper. While not many of us have lost our parents to a dark wizard, many of us can relate to a deep sense of loss, having someone or something that meant a lot to us. That is the whole idea behind the Harry Potter world. Recognizing the agonizing pain and despair that is caused by losing people or things that we love, and how important it is to let people in to help you through it and deal with your loss. From the very beginning of the series, we learn about the trauma that Harry deals with. Lord Voldemort, the villain in our story, murdered Harry's parents when he was just 1 year old. Horrific as that may sound, Harry's traumatic history was only the beginning. After being orphaned by Voldemort, Harry is then sent to live with his abusive relatives, the Dursleys, who starve him and physically and emotionally abuse him. At the age of 11, Harry finds out that he is a wizard and able to attend Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. However, when Voldemort returns, it is up to Harry and his friends to stop him while risking their own lives and enduring excruciating losses. In the third book of the series, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, we are first introduced to characters called the Dementors. They are awful creatures that feast on human emotions and consume their souls. The Dementors are described to suck out all of our happy memories, causing depression, hopelessness, and emotional devastation. The stronger emotional baggage one has, the more likely the Dementors are to sense them. It is therefore not surprising that the Dementors have such a strong effect on Harry, who has experienced more trauma in his childhood than most people do in a lifetime. When the Dementors are near him, Harry is able to relive the specific moment of his mother being murdered over and over again. He is able to hear his mother's voice, scared and pleading with Lord Voldemort to spare Harry's life. This is the only memory Harry has of his mother's voice. The Dementors not only re-traumatize Harry, they disable him. The first few times he faces them, he loses consciousness, unable to fight them off. As strange as his reaction may seem to some, it serves as a great metaphor for the effects of major depression. Did you ever feel so overwhelmed by depression that you did not move? Have you ever felt that the world around you is too dark and hopeless? Did you ever think that nothing will ever get better? The truth is, many of us have. J.K. Rowling purposely described the Dementors this way, as a kind of a demented tormentor that forces us to experience the most excruciating and emotional pain. Rowling is no stranger to depression, having struggled with it herself, so she was able to perfectly capture the crippling feelings of depression and create the perfect character to represent the disease. Even the rotting flesh the Dementors are described to have is a metaphor for the deadly decaying feeling of depression. For many people suffering depression, it can help so much to read a story that makes you feel like someone else understands what you're going through. Someone else understands the pain and the darkness you are experiencing. And to see them get through it and make it out on top is uplifting. It takes someone experiencing depression to understand. So, in conclusion, if you are having a rough time in life and need a little help getting through it, reading Harry Potter or watching the films can be a great comfort. As Albus Dumbledore, the Hogwarts headmaster, said in Prisoner of Azkaban, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light.